Okay, I'm back. I'm still not actually fully recovered from my workplace injury, boo boo. I really must have dinged up my elbow good because it still hurts. Luckily, I can play today's game, Circa Infinity, one-handed. Left hand on WASD and thumb on the loudest spacebar in the universe. I also found out that World 4 is not the end. There's something else. I'm afraid. So we can get back to the being bad at this. Okay. Alright, now I gotta start focusing. They jump. Alright, that's fine. That's funky. That's weird. Ah! Oh no, I gotta keep going around. Okay, that was sloppy. Okay. Okay, I'm safe. Not safe anymore. I'm definitely not doing a good job keeping track of multiple things at once. I always forget that when only one is in, they can't jump. Okay. Alright, back here. Nope, that was not the one I could go in. Yeah. Is that safe? Yeah, that's safe. I can think about it. And that's safe. Ah! I just stay here, wait for the light, cross. Get in behind the walking guy. Do it again. Then run immediately into him. And just wait patiently. Okay, well that's 4-1. Only 19 more levels to go, apparently. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't like... Oh, I don't like that. I don't think I understand that at all. Oh, jeez. The game is kind of hiding information at this point, and that doesn't seem like that should be what it does. And I don't very well understand why ones appear when they do. Like, I can kind of do it, but that doesn't mean I understand it. Okay. I just did that one completely wrong. You see, previous levels were more platforming challenges, but this one is much more puzzly. Oh my god. Well, I got it. This is more, I have to think it through rather than do it well. Oh, there was a gap. Follow along until you find the gap, then jump there. Okay, that was a mistake. But honestly, this seems kind of easier than some of the previous ones. Because in a way, I really only have to pay attention to one. Okay. Well, I just wasn't looking. Oh! Okay, okay. I think I get it. I'm less understanding it than I am sort of feeling it out. Also, I'm terrified of what they do to increase complexity in World 5. Like, what, are you gonna add color? Please do not add color. As scary as this is, at the moment, it's sort of just like there are walk cycles of guys, but sometimes there aren't. But I'm sure that'll change. Yeah. Like, I just do not have a good feel for when things are going to appear or disappear. Even if I do have a good feel for how I need to solve things. Huh? Oh my god. god. Police. God. I just wait until a good cycle. Of course, when you spawn and despawn guys, it ruins the cycles. Okay, standing still is safe. We're starting with black. I'm just so, like, comically unsure of when things are going to show up. That has really got me doing tiptoes. But that wasn't that many deaths. Yeah, that was nothing. Oh, that's not allowed. Oh, no, that's illegal. Oh god, you can desync them. If you desync them, you have to wait for a transition to be able to get through. No, no! Alright, this kind of just doesn't seem to work right. It's because there's 2 layers of them. Oh my god. No. I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's see, they're giving me a break. That's kind of them. gets through that. No. Once you sort of have it down to the point where you don't need to think about it, then it's fine. But if you have to put any thought into it, it's like it completely ruins it. Why think hard? You only killed me because I ran out of health. Oh, come on. Also, I just noticed, in fact, that the game has a, like, no death Chivo, which is not likely. Okay. Since you can just dodge under the ghosts, taking that opportunity can kind of make things easier. Let's start here. Yeah, that makes it. That was considerably easier. In some ways, these later levels are just easier because they just try to brain blend you instead of making you do difficult jumps, and that's not what I wanted out of this game, you know? I came here for some tricksy but rewarding platforming. And just go right in between them. Okay, that was not a valid solution. You know what I haven't seen in a while is the running guys. You know, the ones that made you think on your toes. Instead, for the most part, you're given ample time to think about things. Yeah. let's start with white. And just be patient and wait for the triangle to come to you. Yep, just like that. Hey, get back here. Get. Oh. No. No. There. No. No. Oh. I died there because, I made it in with both. I suppose I can just, like, hold still and wait for a good cycle to come around, huh? Nah, that wasn't good enough. Alright, and just wait. Just be patient. Yeah, like, obviously there's a right way to solve that I'm not doing, but, like, you probably could just wait for a good opportunity to have both triangles show up. Well, I mean, that kind of worked. Okay, again, that kind of worked. Ah, almost. Then I let it get away from me. I mean, is this working? Yeah, that worked. I don't think it should have. No. No, I really don't get it. Oh my god, it's getting worse. Oh. Just following around. See, sometimes it feels like it just sort of works out by accident. Even if I know that's not the case, that's really what it feels like, and it doesn't feel good. I mean, the complexity has come to a point where it just feels like I have no control over what's happening. But I am sometimes, if the stars align, I am sometimes granted a win, presumably out of pity. There is another greater issue being shown here about hard games. It's something that I Want to Be the Guy got right, and virtually no other hard game has ever even, like, tried. And that's to be funny. When you died in I Want to Be the Guy, a lot of the times, it was because of something funny happening. Most notably, on one of the options for the second screen in the game, there's a bunch of trees with apples, and you learn quickly that the apples... Thank you. That the apples hurt you. So you bait them out, and then you go under them. But then, as you're proceeding to the other half of the level, the apples will fly upwards. Oh my... Well, I mean... One failure leads into another. But anyway, very notably, the game had like an FAQ, and one of the things was, why does the apple fall upwards? And Kayan, the developer, said, well, actually, they're more like cherries. And that's hysterical. That's so funny. Even without the context of the joke there, seeing the apples fall upwards is inherently funny. It'll get you. Oh, it'll kill you good. But then once it happens, A, you know what to expect, but yet the obstacle's not trivialized. You still have to, like, do it. But B, you had to laugh at it, because, hey, that's not supposed to happen, you rascal. And that's what I want out of hard games. So often, hard games are just, like, kind of serious. Not, like, serious, not, like, Les Mis serious, but, like, Mario serious, where everything is meant to be taken as, like, hey, here's a thing that's happening, there's your motivation. That's not what I want. It should be at least a little funny. And through its mechanics, not through telling jokes. Basically, the apples do not fly upwards in this game. Everything is fair. And that's not necessarily what I want. I want the game to kick my ass a little bit. But not because it's hard, but because sometimes it just has a sense of humor and wants a free win. It's okay for the game to take a free win from me sometimes. That's what I'm getting at. And then it can be regular hard the rest of the time. But this game is just regular hard all the time. And as it continues getting harder, it just gets exhausting. And that was really what I was feeling when I stopped playing the first time, is I just felt exhausted. Not frustrated, not bored, but like I couldn't do anymore because I was tired. When you crank the amp up to 11 and you blast out everyone's eardrums, that's all they can hear. That becomes the new 5. So you need to vary things up. Making breather levels is one thing. I mean, this game does occasionally just sort of get easier, but it almost feels like that happens by accident. That was not the correct solution. Or it'll happen not by accident, but because they want to. The devs want to teach you a new mechanic, right? And when that happens, the game will be briefly a little bit easier. Howdy, partner. It's funny, it seems the solution is often the first one I get my eye on, because I can be assured that that's the one that's actually wrong, but because I think it's wrong, that means it's right. There we go. Like, what's the first thing I wanted? This was incorrect. Oh, no, it wasn't. See, I thought it was incorrect. That's why it's right. I'm sort of taking my first impression, because my first impression should be wrong, but the game is developed and at this point is trying to go for your first impression is wrong. So if my first impression was already wrong, and what's wrong is wrong, then that means it's right. I caught all that. I understood what I said. And sometimes I just run into the guys. I did not even see what hit me. I'm on the inside on that part. I couldn't even... I wasn't even parsing that I was on the inside. Oh my god. I looked at myself for like a solid 30 seconds and I'm like, they're on the outside. No, they were on the inside. Ugh. I'm thinking, unless I'm really enraptured by what the fifth world does, that once I beat the fourth world, I'll just be like, no, I'm dumb. It depends, Nothing set in stone yet, but, like... ugh. See, the guy just appeared, right? Because it was his time to appear. Oh my god. And see, now that I know, you sort of see how the ones that I know how to do, I'm not messing up anymore. But that's not necessarily a good thing. Because that means that they're puzzles. And you don't want to make players redo puzzles. Making them redo skill challenges is okay. But making them redo puzzles will make them bored. And when they would normally usually solve the puzzle correctly, but sometimes they get it wrong and then get sent back a further one, it's discouraging. Oh, God. You hear that? That's the sound of discouraged. Oh my god. It's just like, that death has taken so much from me that I will never get back. And when a platformer is making you get melodramatic like that, perhaps something has gone wrong. And it's a shame, too. Because I did like... the first 3 zones. Especially the first 2, really. And for sure, the first 3 zones were plenty tense. SMH my head. And they were tense without it feeling like it was sometimes just taking something from me. Ugh. But this is feeling like it's just taking something from me. There, I made it through that time. Now what? Okay. $4.10. Final exam time. I love when the tall ones just appear. Neato. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a valid solution. No, just wait until it clears. No. Sure. Cool, I love how they were desynced and had no gaps. Cool, I like how that works. Because their cycles are affected by when you spawn them in. Which means if you spawn them in wrong, it can just be impossible. Oh, it was a short one. It was a short level 10. I think the developer got sick of testing those levels, because, you know, they're, like, unbueno. So what, I have to, like, keep under the tiers to be in the right spot? Understand, game, that you are on thin ice. And, that's not winning any favors. Cool. Neat. I like how I can just sometimes make it awesome. Essentially, I can just make it to the first phase with, okay, so you can go around. Nice. Awesome. That's a hit. Oh, that's the whole thing. I'm starting to get the feeling that towards the later end of development, the developer just wanted to... God, it's his colors. It's colors. What do the colors mean? The developer wanted to hurry things up and stopped making such long levels and bosses. Because they're like, alright, I have one more idea. Gotta get to that. I don't get it. Huh? No. No, I'm not doing that. This game's completed. It's so good for the first 3 chapters. But in the 4th one, it just doesn't feel good to play, and the 5th one is even worse. It's not that the game is getting harder. In some ways, it's actually easier. What the game is getting is less fun to play. It's at its best when it's twitchy and fast and frantic, not when it's thoughtful and chameleon-y. The having 2 characters in Stage 3 is pushing it, but is ultimately still fine. After that, though, no, the game just spirals. The first 2 chapters get full marks. The 3rd one is mostly good, and then after that, it's just very poor. See me after class. It's so disappointing. To see a game that you really like just stop being good, and you don't want to like it anymore because of its back half. Like, the first half is still good, but I'm so soured on it from chapters 4 and 5 that I want to retroactively say they're terrible. That's not true, but gosh, it does sure feel that way. So that's it for today. And let's check the schedule. On Obelisk. Alright, so tomorrow's game has a red flag. And a lot of people, I think, don't see this as a red flag. They see it as a likely broken promise. And that is the tagline, Choices Matter. Choices Matter to a lot of people is a high ideal that is generally not fulfilled. I would say that it is a terrible idea that you shouldn't do and you shouldn't try. Or rather, people have tried, and so we know it's a terrible idea. The issue is, if your choices impact the world constantly, the game needs good writing for you to care. But good writing and a modular world conflict with each other, because it means that the world and the plot and the characters can't have a central vision, because the vision essentially is the player's, and the player is going to screw it up. So the inherent idea of choices matter runs counter to itself because it ruins the writing that is needed to make it compelling in the first place. Don't weave a web of thousands of divergence points. Write a good story. Like, have you considered that? Just write a good story. And man, if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow, sure. But like, I'm going into the game tomorrow expecting to not like it because the writers are more interested in giving the player agency than writing a good story. And that concerns me.